release that he can't get to.
If you guys are looking for a place to get some reliable Ultimate Team coins, be sure to check the link in the description below to cointraders.co and use code LEGACY for 5% off of your purchase. Yo, what is going on, guys? They're playing some more NHL 18, and we are going to do a little bit of a flashback to the expansion draft back in 2017. And now we know right now it is working out pretty well for those Vegas Golden Knights, playing very well over there in the Western Conference. But we want to see what would happen in the league if there was no such thing as the expansion draft last year. And unfortunately, because of this, we can't go out there and literally take Vegas off of the league because you guys have 31 teams. So we're probably going to stick a whole bunch of Japanese, Kazakhstan kind of guys on their team. But we're going to take everybody from the Vegas Golden Knights that they got from the expansion draft, and we're going to place them back on their original teams. Now, the thing is with this, I know there's also a whole lot of stuff going on with, trades and everything like that after they got these players. So I'm going to try to do my best up here is just strictly focus on the expansion draft. Like, I can go ahead and look right now and say, like, the Blue Jackets, they gave up a first-round draft pick to make sure Vegas took William Karlsson, which turned out to be a terrible idea by the Blue Jackets. Go figure, right? But that's the thing right there. Like, I can give the Blue Jackets their first-round draft pick back because Vegas drafted them in 2017, but I can't give them the second round. I think it was a second round in 2019. I obviously can't give that back. So we're going to try to work the best with we can to get everybody's players back to each team. As we know, one of the biggest moves right here is Fleury going back to the Penguins because Murray's been struggling this year. Maybe the addition of Marc-Andre Fleury can make that team flourish once again. Not that Nashville's been playing bad, but James Neal going back to Nashville is definitely a good help the way he's been playing. And one of the bigger regrets, too, is the Florida Panthers just letting Marchessault fly out of the door like that, the way he's been playing this season. We'll see how he does over there on Florida as well. The guy's only 83 overall. It's hard to believe some of these guys are 83 overall still. You'd think EA would update that a little bit because this guy's been tearing it up this season. There's my boy, Uncle Bill. Unfortunately, the Blue Jackets let him go, and he's just been killing it over there for the Vegas Golden Knights. I think he's on pace for well over 30 goals still, if I'm mistaken. And actually, I did lie. You can't really go back and take that first-round draft pick from the Blue Jackets because the Vegas Golden Knights traded to the Jets, and then there's a bunch of middle in-between stuff. We don't know if that ever goes down or anything like that, so we're just going to leave that out of the mix as well. David Perrondo going back to the St. Louis Blues. John Merrill going back to the Devils. Stoner and Theodore going back to the Ducks. Miller going back over to Boston. Carrier making his way back over to Buffalo. Oh, I lied. We have to get back over the amount of players. So first we're going to see a few players not go to Buffalo. Team of Austria, they have some nice players. We're going to send... Yeah, we'll send you these guys. These guys look pretty good at the game. Anyway, I'm going to continue finishing this up. When I finish, we'll jump into season mode and we'll start the season. All right, so we have finished that process up, and that might be David Clarkson on the Vegas Golden Knights. Sorry, we're not taking him back, Vegas. You got to keep him. Other than that, though, everybody else is gone. I got a whole bunch of minor leaguers. Well, I shouldn't say minor leaguers. International players that aren't the hottest on Vegas. Everybody else has been swapped back to their teams where they originally came from. Also, like I said, I tried to get a couple of the guys that got traded from Vegas to another team. I tried to put them back on our team, like Pickard, Trevor Van Riemsdyk. I know those guys are both traded. I moved them back to their respective teams. When you look at Vegas, it makes sense why they honestly are having a solid season. Like, other people have said it too. They're not star players, but they have a whole bunch of solid players. I mean, it's a whole bunch of players other teams didn't want, but at the end of the day, it's still middle of the pack players. You put a whole bunch of middle pack players together, maybe they do all right, and that's what's been happening. But we're going to see how the entire league does without Vegas. I don't think they're winning no Stanley Cup this season in this game because their best player was, what, like a 60, 70 overall? I think they got a couple in the 70s. Other than that, though, not the hottest of teams. So we're going to go ahead and jump into this. Let's see what Vegas' overall is real quick, just for a good time. 71. All right, they're going to be contending. I guarantee it. Heck, we'll even be Vegas for a good time. All right, so we're going to go ahead and start the season. I'll sim up the season. When it's finished, I'll catch you guys back here, and we'll see how the league did. All right, so the season is over, and Vegas put out quite the season. Fun fact of the day, their best player got more points than they did on a season. Vegas finished with 47 points. Stellar. The thing with putting Vegas in his division, too, you would think, I was going to say you'd think it'd help out the San Jose Sharks, the Anaheim Ducks, the Oilers, these guys, because they'd have an easy matchup. But 92 points, best team in the division, 92? That's unbelievable. What were they doing? You'd think they'd beat up on each other. Somebody had to do something. San Jose, they didn't like their player back. Anaheim even got Shea Theodore back, so they was back to having like 18,000 young defensemen on their team. All right, let's see how the rest of the league did. We have a Central Division of the Blackhawks 111, 98 out of the Predators, 93 out of the Stars. I can't believe this many teams had this low of points. 90, 83, 67 out of the Colorado Avalanche. I guess Pickard wasn't the key to success over there. You know what it was? I had to give him Matt Duchene back so they do good. 106 points out of the Lightning, 103 out of the Senators, 97 out of the Panthers. There's the tough division. Now, who would have thought this one? The toughest division being the Atlantic. Buffalo had 96 points. You would have thought we gave them Crosby or something. 94 out of the Bruins, 91 out of the Canadiens, 84 out of the Red Wings, and then 83 out of the Maple Leafs. Finally, we had 117 out of the Devils. Look at these guys go. 102. It was John Merrill, man. They knew it all along. It was John Merrill was the key to their success. That's why they're losing right now. They was just now realizing, oh, we lost John Merrill. 94 points out of the Flyers, 92 out of the Hurricanes. Those were some big teams. I wouldn't say big, I guess, but some big point totals that missed the playoffs over here in the Eastern Conference compared to the West, with teams in the 80s making it. 86 out of my Blue Jackets. They always do terrible in Sims. I'm not even surprised anymore. Ovi, 88 points, a 55 burger, 88 points out of Kucherov. I'm not surprised there. 86 out of Taylor Hall. That might be a surprise. 86 out of Pacioretty. Canadians would love to see that right now. 83 out of Pasternak. 82 out of Jonathan Drouin. This is like the Montreal Canadiens' dream come true. Drouin, Pacioretty, 80 plus points. This had to be what they had in mind going into the season. 80 points out of Backstrom, Stammer. There's Brent Burns back up there. Brad Marchand, 78 points. He missed the game, likely for a suspension. Bo Horvat, 77 points. Tarasenko, 76. All right, so not a bad season by the boys right there. How did the goalies do? Best goalie in the league. It was probably Braden Holtby. There it is. 43 wins. 42 out of Vasilevsky. They got him right in the game. Vasilevsky, 913 save though. Look at Corey Snyder, 934. The guy's lighting it up over there. 1.98 goals against average. Has to be for best in the league if I am not mistaken. 1.66 though out of backup the Devils. Scott Wedgwood. Is he on the Devils in the game? Minor league. He is. Scott Wedgwood outdoing Corey Snyder, you gotta love it. All right, so now we went ahead and finished the playoffs up, and it was the San Jose Sharks. Who would have seen this one? The worst division, the Pacific. All they did was bash on them. 92 points was the best one in the division, and the San Jose Sharks went out there and said, we don't care. We're going to go out here, we're going to score some goals, we're going to get some touchdowns, and we're going to win the Stanley Cup playoffs. And here it is. It looks like they went out there and beat the Washington Capitals in the finals. The Devils advanced to the second round. What are the Capitals doing in the finals? Yeah, you get game broken here. Looks like the Panthers moved on to the second round. The Lightning did. The Lightning and Capitals was the finals versus the Sharks and Preds. Two good series. It looks like the St. Louis Blues beat up on them Blackhawks. Oilers beat the Ducks. Jets got bounced in the first round, but it was a pretty good looking playoff series, it looked like. We're going to look at awards. Did anybody win an award that wasn't on the Vegas Golden Knights? Pacioretty won the Hart. Look at this guy. Duncan Keith with the Norris, Pasternak Memorial, Heischer, Carter, love it. Martin Jones, Conn Smythe, Vezina, Corey Snyder. It's not too big of a surprise there when the guy dropped the 930, what was it, 7? Hunt with the Mastodon, Stahl, Pacioretty with the Lindsay, and Maurice Richard went to Mr. 55 goal himself, Alex Ovechkin. Otherwise, though, guys, if there's any other videos you guys want to see like this, please let me know. As always, thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.